Hi everybody, welcome back. We are with the Darren kit and we are at mottling. We are almost done. So I got my, I have to make little notes, mottling blue. So when I go back to edit, if I've filmed like 10 videos with this guy, you see the same thing. So I need to know which one this is. So I started making little notes on what we're doing, so it's easier for me to edit. Anyway, okay. So the last videos we've been using the ripped sponges to do all of the painting and so forth. We did flesh, we did a red layer, we did a blue layer, we did some yellowing, we did some veining, we did some creases, and those are the sponges that we used for that. Now this is my mottling cage bucket. I have several different sponges that I have made through the years that I really like, and different colors. So there's some purple here, I'll show you what you do. This is the sponge I use. This is different from this one. This one I got at Walmart, and it's in the pink. I don't know if I still have the packaging. I hope so. Every time I go, I try to find more so I can grab it because I don't have that many left. So here is the packaging. They're called Swispers wedges, and these are the jumbo ones, and they're latex free. You want to make sure you're using latex free sponges. I probably should have said that in the very beginning, and because these ones are latex free, so make sure you use your latex free. But these are the two sponges that I use. I have several others. I have a sea sponge right here. I have a kitchen sponge that you use to wash the dishes with. You can use. I prefer these for mottling. And next time I go to Walmart, I gotta see if I can find these. If not, I'm gonna have to go online to see if I can find them online because these are my favorite. So you're gonna take one of these. You are going to take a tweezer, and you're going to pluck little pieces out. I don't have one that I need to pluck more with. Well, I guess we can on this one. This one's a very light blue. You find a spot in here, and you're just gonna pluck it. And it didn't do very good. So, let's see. See, this is one I did with the sponges that we use. And it's okay, but I'm not a fan of it. And I don't know why these aren't in order. So I'm gonna have to take these out. The real light colored ones, I tried to do a different tutorial with. The ones that I like the best, you can tell right now what ones they are because they're the darker ones. Those are the ones that I always use. But I have several different purple ones, and I've marked on them what I used them for. And I've got several. See, here's a light one. Here's a light red. Here's a light blue. It's not the blue that I use. Here's another purple. They're different holes for different things. Blue, green, we need yellow, and I have a flesh one that I will do in between, and I'm probably going to do that with this one. So I'm going to leave these two out because we'll probably use these. Hopefully the cat doesn't jump up here. These light colored ones, I am not using with this one, so we're going to put them back down where they go. I'm not using these. I need to get a bigger container because they are taking up space. Okay, so we'll put this back. Actually, we'll put them down here because this is smaller. I like to put my big ones in here. I should really just put these ones in a different thing altogether because I'm not going to use these. Not now, anyway. I started making some new ones to do stuff with to replace these, and I just don't like them. So I'm up the creek if these ever get too bad. So with this kit right here, we're going to use the yellow, the green, the blue, and I'm going to decide between the purples and the reds. I know I'm not going to use this one. I debated on using the maroon or the red. I don't know. And the purple or the purple. I won't use these two. It's going to be these specific sponges that I'm going to use. Plus, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do a flush layer in between them. I don't want to do, I really don't want to do a darker purple. I think I'm going to want to do a lighter purple, but I'm going to have to see how it looks. Maybe I'll do the lighter purple on the head and the darker purple on the limbs. I don't know. I'm trying to make a decision. But these are, let's see, this blue one, I'm going to take another one of these because these are big holes. And I'm not sure I want so big holes. What? Some little ones there. We're going to need the blue. So those three for sure. So I am going to, because we have, I'm hoping to do this and like, do these two one day, do this one, and then do these two one day. I'd like to do it all in one day, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think it's going to end up being 3 days, possibly 4. And then after this, we get to do the detail kind of stuff. And then we'll do a flush layer. Once we're done with the blushing and the lips and all that stuff, he's probably not going to be done for another week. So I'm not sure. I'm hoping to get him done sooner than that. I'm going to have to come down here at night and do stuff so we can get caught up. I'm taking a break from the other doll. At the moment, I'm leaving little notes here of where I left off with that one, with the preemie. And we'll just get going on this one. I have my timer set because I have to go get Ariel from work. So we've got some blue here, but I'm going to save that because this is the veining blue. We need, we're going to go, that's why I said you're going to need a bunch of these. I tried, like these ones I'm done with. I could probably go up and clean them off. But we got the yellow that we're going to be using, and if I just add water to this, it's still good, so we're going to leave that there for this guy. These ones I can probably take upstairs and get cleaned up. So they come in a 4-pack, and I usually end up using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 15 of these bowls. So I would collect them, and I wouldn't use plastic. I don't know, I have a thing about that. I like the glass ones. You get them at Dollar Tree for $1.25. Just use them because you're pretty much using 2 each time. But I can keep my water notice my rinse water, which is what I got right here, I don't have to do another one of those. So we're going to do blue first. So we're going to mix it like we did in the beginning. We're going to fill that up, half a tablespoon. We're going to use the emulsion. Going to use a piece of this, a little piece of this. Got to get the goop out. I don't want no goop. One dot. One dot's sufficient. And when you put it in the water, it like, if you ever put vinegar and baking soda, it kind of bubbles, you know what I mean? This does the same thing. It's kind of neat. So it's going to make it cloudy. And it's the same thing we did with the other. Make sure you mix it up pretty good. I've noticed with this one, I must not shake it up real good. It's got white stuff. You just make sure that it's all in there. Okay, we're going to set these aside because we're not going to use those right now. We'll leave them here. Okay, we've got our blue. Let's shake it up a little. You're not going to need these brushes right now, so you can set those aside also. We're not going to need those. We're going to need our mixing brush and this. So you might need one to pick up stuff, maybe. So we are going to do, let me get this up here. There we go. We're going to use a whole brush and put it in here. Mix it up really good. When paint starts getting older, or it's been sitting like this, my paints have been sitting down here since last August. I haven't touched them. And you got to shape them up real good. Folk art is really thick and it tends to clump. So you just got to make sure you get all your clumps out. Okay. Now this is kind of thickish. It's kind of thick. It's not real watery. It's kind of thickish. I know how I like to do this. In the beginning, you're going to want this watery, so I would just do half a brush, okay? And that would make it more watery. Now, my sponge is not wet. I do tend to get it wet, just so that, this is a new one. I don't know where my older one is. I don't know. So you're going to get it wet and you're going to pounce on your thing, okay, to get all the water out, okay, just so that it's wet. We've done that, and we're going to take this, get most of the water off, and you're just going to paint on this, okay. And let me find a clean spot, and I want to show you what it's going to do. It's going to make, let me get my, I don't want, and I would put gloves on for both sides. You don't have to, but I guess we're going to, so we don't get anything on them. You can take a clean brush and just kind of dust it off. Make sure everything's off. Okay, I always start in the back of the head. Now, this is where it's going to get trial and error, guys, trial and error. I suggest doing a test head first, buy a head, or go to DI or thrift store or whatever and get a doll and practice on the head there. So I put some stuff on, And I'm going to show you what this looks like. This is actually pretty dang good. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I was worried. You know how you get scared? I don't want to paint it. I get like that every time I do this part because I don't know how it's going to come out. So here you go. Looks like a bunch of blah. This is what I'm talking about as far as picking up the water. So you're going to take a brush because you want the little, you're just going to, these big heavy spots, you are going to pick up. Now we can use our other sponge that we had, and we're just going to kind of pounce on it. Do not rub. Be very, very careful how you do this. And because you don't want to, once I get, let me get a couple of these picked up. And I want to show you what it looks like. I love this part of it. I don't care for the blue because it freaks you out, but I like when the red comes together. And just know how you put this on. The next time you put on a color, you're going to go the opposite way. So you're going to go bounce, 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 bounce. So they all look different. Now this is going to look like veins underneath the skin. Okay, I think I got all the water parts. I want to make sure that I got. I started using the brush to do this, and it just took forever. It's easier if I just take my sponge and sponge it and get all the soak up. Now, you saw what it looked like, okay? This is what it looks like now. So let's see. Okay, you can see the mottling. See it left like little circles, little tiny circles all over the head. It looks like veins. It really does. So, and you can still see his veins right here that we did, but they blend in with the rest. So you saw how wet it was, and all I did was just take this. We'll do it again. We'll do it in slow motion. Let me load up the sponge again. You got to make sure you mix your paint constantly. Let's load up the sponge again. And let's do, you know where you left off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. See? You can see the roundness, see the round? But you see all those droplets? You don't want that. And this is what I did in the very, very beginning when I painted. It's like, why is it coming out so yucky? You know, because it left this, right? I didn't know I had to do this. I was watching somebody else one day paint and do some mottling. And she picked up another brush or sponge and just did this. You just, because it's a sponge, it's going to pick up. It's not going to take away the little circles that we just did. See? It's still there, but it picked up all of the wet. See? Oh, he's going to look so good when I do his face. Okay. Pretty happy so far. So now we're going to kind of turn it around this way because we're working from half the ear to ear. But we do it the same way. You go from the back of the head up to the ears, ear to ear, to the forehead, to the face. Now you don't want to put a lot of this on the face. We're only going to put it in certain spots. I'm only going to do it in certain spots. He's going to get some on his forehead here. On his forehead, down by his temple. Mark on the cheeks. Mark on the... So, this is what I'm going to do for his Okay, you need some on the temple. Okay, on the temple. Got some on the cheeks. You don't want a lot on the face. So I tend to just do like around it and then a couple on the cheeks and under the chin. So now let's take this and we will soak up the blue water droplets. And make sure you rinse out your sponge after you do this, because you don't, after a while it just puts more water down and you don't want that. You just want to pick up. Now I saw one lady that I watch, I think it's Pink Heart's Nursery on Facebook or Instagram. I can't remember which one. And no, it's not her. It's, what's that other lady's name? It's not her. She showed her mottling that she does on her babies. I fell in love with how she did it. Now, mine are probably just here and there, whatever. She has them where they're teeny tiny little dots all the way through it. I mean, it looks kind of like this one all the way through, and it looks so good. And I'm like, I need your sponge. If I send you sponges, will you make me some? Because after that, I know what to do, you know. So here's his little face. It kind of looks really blue because we added the blue underneath, so it looks like little veins. He's starting to come forward a little bit, so we did around his ear, his cheek, under his neck, there, the top of his head. Oh, I'm pleased. I am very pleased with his head. Perfect. That looks good. That looks really good. I'm pleased with that one. So, that looks really good. He's starting to get some flesh. Okay, and the feet and the arms, the legs, go really quickly because you're just putting it, see, there's my alarm. So I've got a couple minutes. Let's see how much I can get done. Maybe I can get this first mottling done. So we're just going to do the same thing. Put it everywhere. You know, put it everywhere. I even do it on the foot a little bit. You don't need to, the top of the foot. You don't really need to. So he's got it all over his leg. So we're gonna get that off and we're just gonna pounce this off. And if you think that it's not coming out the way you want, or it doesn't look like enough to you, you can do it again. Just don't put it in the same spot. Now, I don't want him to have a ton of mottling on his legs and arms. I just want it to look like skin. Okay. Okay. So, you can see some of it, but I didn't go overboard. I didn't go overboard with it because I didn't want to go overboard with it. Maybe we'll do a little bit more down here. I don't think it did enough. So, I want to make sure you empty out your sponge too after a couple, okay? After you do a couple. His head really came out good. I'm really pleased with that. But the first time around, it didn't show the little circles for some reason to me. And I want to see the little circles. we won't do it again. We don't want too much blue. I don't want too much blue anyway. There, the top of his leg looks good. Right here looks awesome, right here. So you can tell that he's more blue now because we did the mottling. Okay, let me show you the two legs. This one is the blue one. You can really tell the difference. All right, I'm trying to hurry, but I'm not trying to hurry. I can always come back and do more, but I need to go get her. Okay, pounce. Don't rub, you just pounce those droplets. And you can leave it on for a minute if you want. I mean, I wouldn't go run to the bathroom or nothing, but I would, you know, sit here for a second. And because like I said, blue stains. I just want to do a little bit more. Because if you leave water on here, it leaves like a yucky watermark, and I don't like it. Okay, so now here's his leg. You can see the blue. I don't know if you can see the mottling. Let me bring it up. Yeah, you can. You can see it. Very faint, but it's not in person. That's why I'm saying like, oh, okay, that's enough. We're not going to do a lot of blue. And I'll do his hand real quick. His arm. Let me show you what it looks like before I tap it out. Okay. See the little holes? See that? See all the pools of water? We need to get rid of that. So that's why we're tapping it. And the little holes should still be there, but it's going to be minimal. I really don't like it in your face kind of thing, but you can. I'll show you his. I need to make sure I get all the water marks up because I don't want it to stay down. Okay. Can you still see the round holes? You can. I can, right in front of me. That looks good. I'm not going to add more to the arm because that looks really good. Now let's do his other arm, and then that'll be it for the blue. And when we come back, next video, actually I might just add it to this video. We'll do the blue and the red together. And then we'll do some of the other colors together. As well, I'm going to be gone for like a half an hour or so. So this will be plenty to dry. I'll do a little bit more. Okay. And then next up is yellow, actually. That will be hard to see, but it's going to be the exact same thing. It's just going to add more okay. Can you see? See, you can see the little blue holes. See it? You see his veins still. You see his veins still. So that looks good. I kind of don't like what's going on here. I don't know what that deal is right there, but we are going to, it's too blue for some reason. And like I said, until you varnish it, you can get rid of what you want. And I thought that was too much blue in there. I'm not happy with that. And this is the only time that you would rub it to get it off. That's better. Now we'll redo this real quick. Because we rubbed some off. Now we're going to put it back. But it should look better. It won't look like somebody just took a blue marker and just painted the crap out of it. That's better. It was really bad. I don't know what happened there. But, okay, so there is our blue mottling, and I will be back with yellow. And we're going to need yellow. So we will see you then.